Greetings everyone, Shane here at the Brick House. Back again with another video. In this video I'm going to give you my top 10 retiring Lego sets for investment purposes. Now, as many of you know, I like to wait till the end of the summer before I make my selection, and I like to come up with a really solid list that I can give to you before Q4 hits and all of the sales and clearance and discounts start happening. Now, let me also say that in my opinion, there are not a lot of great Lego sets to invest in this year. This is probably one of the weakest years for Lego investment because Lego is extending the life of a lot of the great sets that should be retiring. And so in my opinion, there aren't a lot of great sets to invest in, but there definitely are some that I think are going to do well in the aftermarket. Also, as many of you know, I like to go to the medium-sized sets, $100 to $200, because I can realize a bigger gain on them in the aftermarket without selling lots of little sets. But this year I'm actually shifting because there aren't a lot of medium-sized sets, my Goldilocks sets, so I have a lot more smaller sets in this year's list. So without further ado, let's get into my top 10 list. 71040, this is the Disney Castle. This is the biggest set on my list. This set retails for about $350. It's been on the shelves for many years. I think it's finally retiring. This is the only set on the list that I would buy for investment and for my collection. It's one of those sets that I just think are iconic and are going to do really well in the aftermarket, and I also want one in my collection. One of the reasons I have it at number 10 is because obviously it's expensive, and the second reason is that this is an exclusive set, so you usually only see it at Lego in the Disney store, so it's going to be very hard to find it on discount, and I really don't like buying sets at retail. You may be able to catch it at Lego at discount, but I highly doubt it. I'm looking at the Disney store to look for a holiday sale where I can get 10 or 20% off. So I have some alerts, and once I see that, I definitely will be picking up 2 or 3 of these, and that's why it's number 10 and not further down the list. Number 9 is the Batman Classic TV Batmobile. This is set 76188. This set costs $30. It is iconic. It is a one-off. It has 2 great minifigures. It makes an excellent display piece. It hasn't been on the shelf for very long, and it actually sold out when it first came out. I think it's on back order in a few countries. At $30, if I can get this on discount for $25 or $20, I think it's an easy double. This is a set that I would actually see myself buying several, at least 10 or 20 of them. I actually think it's one of the best sets retiring. I actually think this is going to be a little bit of a sleeper set and is easily going to double, maybe even triple. Another thing is that a lot more people are investing in Lego, and we are in an economy that is clearly slowing down, and I think it will continue to slow down here in America, in the UK, and definitely in Europe. I think whether you call it a recession or not, which means people are going to spend less money on hobbies, and obviously Lego is an expensive hobby. So all of these sets you're going to have to think about holding for much longer than a year, possibly 2, maybe even 3. So I would only be investing in these sets if you have discretionary income that you can afford to buy these sets and hold on to for several years. So number 9 is the Batman Classic Batmobile. This is 31122, and this is the Creator 3-in-1 fish tank. This set is really my sleeper pick because when this first came out during the pandemic, you could not get it. It was never available. I was seeing it sell for $60, sometimes $75 near the holiday season, and that was during the first year it was introduced. It is a fantastic little set. It's retiring this year. It costs $30. I'm looking to get it for $25, maybe even $20. This set is easily going to double and possibly even triple. Next set after that is Harry Potter's Attack on the Burrow. This is set 75980. I already have 5 or 6 of these sets. I got them for about 25% off. I don't think I'm going to be buying any more. This is a unique set. I think this is the second or third iteration of it. It's clearly the best iteration. Comes in at $99. If you can get this for $80, I think it's going to do well in the aftermarket. As I said, it's one of the more unique Harry Potter sets. And so I have Attack on the Burrow coming in at number 7. Next set after that is another Harry Potter set. This is the Hogwarts Express. Once again, another iteration of the Hogwarts Express, but this is one of the best ones. This, I think, is an $80 set. It's a train, and you know I love trains. It's a Harry Potter set, and they have a really strong fan base. I have about 8 or 9 of them. I think I'm good unless I see them on severe clearance. Another thing I want want to say is all of these sets I'm looking to get at clearance prices, which means at least 40% off. I can pass on every one of these sets this year, except for the Disney Castle, at 20% off or 25% off. If I don't see at least 30, preferably 40% off, I'm probably going to pass on buying any of these sets because I really want to realize a bigger profit in the aftermarket in a few years. Set after that is the Speed Champions Ford GT Heritage. This is a great set. I think that the dual Speed Champion sets do better than the single sets. This set, I know a lot of people think is the best of the sets and is going to do really well. I think it is going to do well, but as I've said in previous videos, the problem with this set is that the secret's out. Everyone knows this is a great set, and so I think a lot of people are buying it, and so I think there's a lot of people who are investing in it and have tens, if not hundreds of them sitting in their closet. And what that means is after retirement, there's going to be a lot more inventory that people are going to want to get rid of, and so you're not going to realize really high prices right away, and it's going to take a lot longer before this set realizes a double or even a triple. And so I think it's a great set, but I'm only going to buy a handful of them just because I think the market is saturated, and so I'm going to go in a different direction, but it's still on my list. Next set I have, and this is one of those Goldilocks sets at $100, is the Star Wars Bad Batch shuttle. Now, the thing about this attack shuttle is it's $100. I'm looking for it to be at least $70, which is 30% off, maybe even less than that. I already have a few. This is one I can see myself buying several more. And this is the Goldilocks set because one, it's $100. You can get it for $60. And it's going to go to $150. It might even double in 2 or 3 years. It has 5 unique minifigures that I think are really going to be valuable. The Bad Batch attack shuttle has never been done before, so it's a unique set. The second series is coming out in the fall. I think it's going to be better than the first series. I think the story is going to be better, and I think there's going to be a lot more interest in this. So this is my number 4 pick. I have the Bad Batch coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is a NASA Apollo Saturn V rocket. This set is another Goldilocks set at $120. This is the second iteration of it. It came out many years ago, retired, and then the second version came out, which means I don't think any other version of this is ever going to be seen again. This is a great model. It looks fantastic. And I also think it's going to do well because I think you're going to see a resurgence of space exploration. NASA has said that they're going to be going back to the moon within the next 2 to 3 years. And you have Tesla and SpaceX. And I think it's going to ignite a new era in space exploration. And people are going to want to go back to the beginnings. And this rocket is going to do really well in the aftermarket. And so I have the NASA Apollo Saturn V rocket in at number 3. At number 2, I have another Speed Champion set. It was my number 1 Speed Champion set pick. It's my number 2 retiring set in this list. This set I think is going to do well. It is a lesser known set than the Bronco set, but it has a Corvette, and the Corvettes always do well in the aftermarket. They're one of the best Lego car brands after Ferrari and Porsche. This set is $30. You're going to be able to get it for close to $20, at least 30% off. It's going to be a $60 set in a year or two, maybe even more, 2 or 3 years down the line. So you're going to easily double, possibly triple your money. Once again, at a small set at $30, you're going to have to buy quite a few of them. I already have about 10. I can see myself easily buying 10 or 20 more. No person I know is going to stop buying really cool Lego cars. And so this is my number 2 set. And my number 1 set, which may come as a surprise to everyone, is set 21319, and this is Central Perk. Now, this is a Lego Ideas set. It is based off of Friends Central Perk. It has been out for several years. It has been a bestseller for Lego for 4 or 5 years now, and it's finally retiring. And now many of you may say, well, everyone has that set. Why are you buying that? And I'm going to tell you that this set costs $60. I'm looking to get it for $40 or less. The reason I'm buying this set is because this set is the best set of all of the licensed sitcoms. I believe that this set is going to become an iconic set after retirement because Friends is the best sitcom of all time. Friends, almost 20 years after the last episode aired, was one of the number 1 streaming shows on Netflix until it was taken over by Warner Brothers and moved to HBO Max. When it went to HBO Max, it was the #1 show from 18 to 24-year-olds and increased their subscription service by close to 5 million people within 3 months of it moving to HBO Max. And in fact, the UK and the United States voted Friends the #1 sitcom of all time. So this show is never going to die. It is voted the best show ever put on TV. And in 3 or 4 years, when this set is retired at $60, if you can get it for $40, it's going to catapult into the $150, $200 range. There was another set before this, The Big Bang Theory, which obviously flew under the radar. It wasn't out as many years, and that set's going for well over $200. Once it retires 2 or 3 years from now, I can easily see it being a $200 set, and most people aren't going to be buying it because they think it's already had its day in the sun. But I'm here to tell you that this set is going to do bananas in the aftermarket. And so this is my #1 pick. That's my video for today. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.